What's up, everybody? Welcome to Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, where we make prepping fun. So tonight, you guys requested, and I just ate this awesome fajita that my wife made. It was I didn't even want anything to eat, and I came in the kitchen. It was smelling so good. I was like, yeah, I'll take some of that. It was like a vegetable fajita type thingy, but she used some of these old tortillas I had in the refrigerator. And yeah, I turned mine into a bowl. It was delicious. Y'all should have been here, but y'all missed it. So anyway, let's see who we have. Let's first of all see if we're actually live. Are we live? I'm gonna try not to pick my teeth the whole time. Jennifer said it drives her insane, so I apologize. Let's see here. Are we live? Are we live? Looks like we're live. Let's click on it. Let's find out. I don't know why I'm blurry. Yep, we're live. And it looks like we have... Yep, we're live. Okay, all right, cool. We're live. It looks like... Make sure y'all hit the like button for me. All right, let's go into the chat. Who is here? Looks like East of the River Preppers. It was number one. There's only one number one. East of the River Preppers, you are number one tonight. Good job. Congratulations. I say I have to work, but I'm going to do my darndest to catch the stream. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on prepping. We're going to do that, brother. And Tara's here. Hey, everyone. And for those that don't know, Tara lost her father-in-law this morning, and we're sending our thoughts and our prayers your way, Tara. So you guys hang in there. All right. See who else is out there. Looks like Knife Collector. Knife Collector is in the house. What's up, Dr. Knife? All right. We're kind of light tonight. So anyway, I was watching this one little girl I found, and I call her girl. She's an attorney. Look like she's probably in her 20s. Hey, Chocolate Beauty. But she was talking about this stimulus, the second round, and how it's looking for, I think they're calling them I don't even know what they're calling them, but anyway, the people who have been working like this whole time. And then this proposal, they're proposing to do $13 an hour on top of whatever your normal pay is. And I was like, wow. It's going to be some folks that's going to be really, really happy with that. So I don't know if I was considered essential personnel or not, according to the way the guidelines were coming out and everything. I'm like, don't know if that means I was essential personnel or not. But it's starting from like January 27th until, and if it passes, that's gonna be good for some folks. And if it doesn't, then hey, you can't miss what you didn't have, right? So anyway, I was trying to get my dad on, and of course I sent him the link, and he's like, I'm sitting here making faces. You can't see me? And I'm like, no, what is wrong with you? So I don't know what his deal was, but I'm more than capable of talking insurance with you guys. And the only reason we were doing this tonight because several of you guys were like, yes, let's talk insurance, which is a subject that I used to talk all the time because I sold life insurance for like 13 years. So I am very, very well versed in the subject. I don't have a license anymore, so I cannot advise or sell or disclose or anything, but I can definitely talk about it because I have the knowledge. So I figure what we'll do, we'll pull up some basic terms, okay? Whole life insurance and then term life. How about that? And I was gonna have him on because he's still licensed, so he would be able to pull up quotes and give you guys a good general idea of what to look for, and because policies range from cheap all the way up to return of premium to all sorts of things in between. So anyway, let's Let's do a screen share and let's show. Mm, 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 mm. Let's talk about the most common, which is whole life. Now I didn't pull up any of this stuff ahead of time. I'm doing it all right now. Let's see what the news has to say about. That's crazy. That's not what we're looking for. Mm. All right, so you guys can see good. All right, so whole life. And when you type in the term, I'm just looking for a basic definition. All right, here we go. Whole life insurance or whole life assurance, sometimes called straight life or ordinary life, is a life insurance policy which is guaranteed to remain in force for the insured entire lifetime, provided required premiums are paid or to the maturity date, which is 100 years of age. All right. At 100 years of age, people are always like, hey, what happens if I get to 100? Well, what happens is, let's just say, for an example, you have a $10,000 whole life policy and you get it, right around my age, 40 something. And you pay on those premiums all the way out until your age 100. Well, at age 100, you have technically paid the premiums up to match the face amount. I mean, to match the cash amount, cash value amount. So you, in whole life, you have two things that are running. You got insurance and then you got cash value at the same time. And this is the type of policy that a lot of us remember growing up, where your grandparents used to, the man used to come by and collect the insurance premium. That was called a debit. Okay, insurance agent then had a debit route. He had to go through every week and go collect his debit route. And back then, policies were really cheap. I mean, you're talking about $1.25, $2 a week, which is $8 a month. But they would come around, they would collect that insurance money, that premium. So once you get to the age of 100, it does what is called an endowment. And if you are fortunate enough to reach 100 and you've paid all your premiums, then the company will cut you a check for whatever the face amount was. So in this example, you paid on that premium from age 45 until age 100. The company is then going to stroke you a check, boom, for $10,000. Okay, in our example. That's just an example. So that is like the most common type of insurance. And then you have what is called term insurance. So let's stop this screen share and let me show you guys what term life insurance is. And it's just like the name. Term life insurance is term assurance term assurance is life insurance that provides coverage at a fixed rate of payments for a limited period of time, the relevant term. Okay, so for example, let's say your insurance needs, and there's a lot of theory that goes along with insurance, with life insurance. Okay, we're not going to talk any other insurance, just going to talk life insurance, because if you start talking like car insurance, that's what is called property and casualty. We're only talking about life insurance. And the reason why we're talking about this as preppers, okay, we never know what's going to happen. And I think as a good prepper, not only are you going to take care of your family if something happens, SHTF scenario, but you should have something in place that if something happens financially, your family still goes on. And this all stemmed from, my friend passing away this weekend. And you guys, we started talking about it, and y'all were like, "Yes, do an insurance live." Okay, cool, we can do that. So, this is prepping on another level. All right, so term insurance. There's some theory that, hey, RD Franklin. So, term insurance is for a particular time. So, for example, let's say you are a person who has small children, and when I say, well, let's not say small. Let's say young children. Young children, 5, 9, 10, those children are still young. And if anything happens to you as their provider, then what's going to happen to your children? And saying that, my sister's going to come in and take care of them, that's fine and dandy, and that's great. However, financially, how are you going to provide for them? So for a lot of people, term insurance is a very good option and a great opportunity. Simply because it's much cheaper than whole life. All right, remember that term is cheaper than whole life. So when I used to do my appointments, I would try to put people on a combination, okay, of the two. And this was my theory. Once I was in the game a couple of years, I would see people. And first and foremost, I used to tell my clients, and this was once I hit my 10-year mark. I used to walk in people's homes. I'd be like, look, you are safe buying insurance for me because I have never paid a death claim. And as of today, I sold at life insurance for 13 years. I never had a client to die on me while their policy was in force with me. Never. I did get a call last year from a family I had written. Golly, I wrote this policy probably 8 years ago, and they called me. And the young lady on the phone, she's like, blah 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 blah. And, I ran a ton of appointments, and it was funny because I remember these folks, and I have a pretty decent memory. And I was like, wait a minute, say the name again. And she's like, I can't remember what the name is now. I was like, wait a minute, don't they live? They live out in the Pongo area, and the house is kind of. I started describing the house and everything. She's like, yeah, those are my parents. She said, well, my father passed away, and I was like, I'm sorry, sorry to hear that. Sorry, sorry, my condolences and all that kind of stuff. She's like, we're trying to get in touch with the company. You wrote the policy. I was like, God, that had to be, I was like, that had to be like 7 or 8 years ago. And she's like, yeah, the date was, and she told me the date, and it was actually like 8 years ago. I was like, okay, cool. So I was like, I'm not an agent anymore. I was like, but let me see if I can help you. So I went on my phone and I pull up a number for him. I was like, hey, try this one. She's like, I have that one. I tried that one. So I researched a little bit further and I found their claims number. So I was like, hey, I found a claims number for you. Here, try this one. She's like, okay, thank you. And I think she had called me on the weekend. So, and that's another reason why I never changed my phone number, because I have had so many business dealings with people throughout the years. And, from me selling vacuum cleaners to me selling life insurance, I always told my clients, I was like, hey, I'm with you for life. Anything you need moving forward, dial that phone number and you'll get me. And so far, so good. But that was just amazing to me that, because I think I got my insurance license in 1999, and here it is, 2020, and I still had the same phone number and people are still calling. I just thought that was funny. So anyway, that was just a story where it was a blessing that the father had taken care of, some business, and he was going to leave a financial blessing and a legacy behind for for his family. All right, so let's catch up on chat here. Hey guys, what's up, RD? Hey y'all, what's up, Miss Grace? Nice reviews. I have made it, even though I'm kidding. Don't want to blow up the house. I'll hear you, Dabadoo. Don't do that. All right, so are there any questions so far? You guys have learned now the difference between whole life and term insurance. Now you have, with the whole life arena, you have a whole gambit of things you can do with whole life, because you can do universal, you can do, and then you can do investments inside of it. It's just so much. You can also do annuities. Hey, Estella. We have finally been in an outdoor kitchen, but I am here. Good for you. So we're just gonna talk about the basics, whole life term. So my theory, when I would sit down with a family, I'm like, listen, and this is what I noticed. This is what I noticed in the insurance business. I noticed that agents will go in, and if they were selling whole life, they would try to sell the most whole life, the biggest whole life policy they could sell. If they were selling term, they would try to sell the biggest term life policy they could sell, because of course, the bigger the premium, the higher your commission. Now, how does commission work in the insurance business? This is how it works. All right. This is a secret that your insurance agent does not want you to know. If you have somebody who is seasoned in the business, they've been in 5, 10 years, especially if they've been in 10 years or longer, they're usually going to be a master agent or an independent. Okay. And when you become a master agent or independent, you have these huge contracts. I'm talking about like 105, 110, 120, even 100. You can become an IMO, which is the independent marketing organization. You can get up to like 140% insurance. 140% commission. Now, how do you get 140 out of 100? This is the way the insurance business works. When you pay your premium, the whole entire first year of that premium, that goes out to the insurance agency field. All right. So let's say your premium is $100 a month. That's $1,200 a year. That 1,200 plus, okay, listen to me, at 1,200 plus, a lot of times 15 months out, I've even heard as much as 130%, 80% advance, 85% advance. I'm talking a whole bunch of insurance jargon right now. I'm going to explain it to you though. So let's say that premium is $100. Well, that $100 is multiplied over a year, okay, which is 1,200. If you're a master agent, you get 130% of it. So multiply that times 130, or take the 100 out times 15 months. Okay. Um, then they advance you. Okay. So it depends on if you're an agent, you can be advanced or as earned. If I had it all do again, I would do as earned. Okay. And I would build my book of business up real slow. But companies will advance you, and they'll advance you like 80 or 85%. Let's do some math. So if anybody's looking to get into the insurance business, this is great information. So I'm gonna do a quick formula for you guys just to show you guys what insurance agents make. Some of them, not all of them, because some of them, getting started, they might make 25%, which that sucks. All right, so let's say 100 times 12, that's $1,200. $1,200 of premium for the year. All right, if you are a master agent, you will get, let's say, 1.3, which is 130%. Now it's 1,560 times, let's say, 0.85, which is your advancement. So you go in there, you sell $100 worth of premium, you can walk out making $1,326, which is good. That's good money. Now, the way that works is every month that the customer pays their premium, it ticks that commission down. Okay, I know it sounds kind of crazy. So that 1326, the company advances to you, and then on the 13th, 14th, and 15th month, your contract switches, where the company starts making the majority of the money, and then you start making a little bit. And I've seen contracts on the second through the fifth year be like, so you started out at, let's just say 100%, because that makes the math easier. So you start out at 100%, let's say month 13, 14, and 15, and then on for like 24 months, it might flip to 70-30 or 80-20. Okay, so as the person pays that premium over $100 a month, then you will make $20. The company now makes $80, and the company now is recuperating their loss, and they have all this stuff figured out. They've been doing insurance has been around for a very long time. Trust me, do not feel bad for the insurance companies. They are making a killing. Okay, never feel bad for an insurance company. Let me catch up on chat real quick. All right, wow, Stella, I wish I had a kid. I know that does sound pretty cool. I've been waiting for 6 years. You know what? All good things come to those who wait. I'm looking for life in. All right, cool. All right, so we caught up. All right, so that's kind of how the commission works. When I was in the insurance business, I saw insurance people go out and they try to just make the most money off one family. I've always had compassion for people, okay? And I was like, I'm not gonna try to rake these folks over the logs and try to just make as much as I possibly can. Let me see how I can truly help them. So I would come behind some agents, and I would see they would sell this family. They may have, let's say, a family of four. Husband, wife, 2 kids. Family of four. I mean, they're already struggling, right? Now you've put a huge insurance payment on in their lap. I'll walk in, some people will be paying $250, $300 a month for insurance. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? This is yeah, I mean, you barely making your mortgage, you're paying your food and your utilities. How the way you gonna make $250 payment for life insurance? That's crazy. So I saw with my colleagues where people, if they would pass away, and they have these huge policies. And what I consider a huge policy, okay, listen to me, listen very closely. What I consider a huge policy, anything over $15,000. All right, anything over $15,000 is a huge policy in my book, because I came up with this theory. If you passed away, and I kept seeing this, I kept seeing insurance. I kept seeing funeral homes take advantage of people who were in a vulnerable state already. So boom, I pass away. Jennifer takes this $150,000, let's just say $300,000 policy, to the funeral home, and she's like, you know, I don't know what to do. My husband just suddenly died, blah, blah, blah. Because trust me, nobody's there to counsel you and look out for you and your family. Nobody is, you know, there during that time. So I will see these families take these huge policies to the funeral home, and guess what? Out of $300,000, they may get $270,000 back. What did the funeral home just do? They just took a $10,000 funeral and put gold around the casket and had $5,000 worth of flowers, and they upsold them on horses and carriages, and they upsold them on a casket that was, you know, that was waterproof, which does not exist, by the way. Okay, there's no casket that's waterproof. There's no vault that's waterproof. It's going to leak, and your body is going to be floating around in that water. All right, that's just is what it is. And you can Google, you can YouTube that from funeral home, from what do they call them? Morticians who tell the truth. So I kept seeing that, and I'm like, you know what, this is wrong. So what I came up with, I would tell that kind of story to my families I was speaking with. I was like, listen, the average cost of a funeral nationwide is $10,000. This is what I'm recommending. I'm recommending you do a 5 to 10, because trust me, whatever you take to the funeral home, that's what they're going to use. Hey, look, Mr. Mortician, all I got is this $5,000 policy right here, and that's all I can afford. They don't have to know about the $250,000 that you got, because that's your living expense. So that's what I would tell my family. I'm like, hey, look, this is what I recommend: $500 to $7,500 worth of small whole life. So it will go with you for the rest of your life, and then put a huge term, you know, and let's figure out how much do you need. All right, so if anything, bam, you drop dead right now. How much money do you make a year? Oh, I make about 50,000. And I will look straight at the husband. How much do you make a year? Oh, I make about 50,000. Okay, how long do you want your 50,000 to last for your family? You have small children. Your youngest is 9, so that's at least 9 years. Would you agree with that, or do you want to provide for 4 years until they get 14, or do you want to? I mean, 30, whatever. I have all the math now. So how long do you want to provide for? And do you want to provide college? Do you want to provide this? Do you want to provide? And I would go through all these questions. You know, of course, I had it all written out. And I would, and I would write out to the side what their insurance need was. And then I would look at them straight in their eye and I would listen. Everybody's insurance need and what their insurance afford is 2 different things. Okay. So what my job here tonight is to advise you and to help you guys pick and choose the best that's for you. So then I will sit there and I will like, I tell you what, y'all, please go give me a glass of water. I'm gonna sit here and go to work for you. Give me about 10 minutes, and I will sit there right there at their kitchen table, and I'll be talking to them the whole time, having them laughing, and I'm running quotes. I'm running quotes. And when I got finished, I would give them option 1, option 2, and option 3. And I would always put option 2 right in the middle, okay? Because I would ask them what their insurance need was. I got so good that I could walk into a house. I knew how much disposable income they would have just by asking a few questions. And then I would put option 1. Option 1 would be way down here. It'd be like $5,000 a whole life, $100,000 of term life for 20 years. That premium might run for everybody. I'm talking about for everybody. That may run like $70 a month. Okay. Option 2 would be like $7,500 of whole life, $300,000 term, or $5,000 a whole life, $400,000 a term. I would set it up and I would customize it for them. And then option 3 would be like the shebang, the big boy. $10,000 a whole life, $1 million policy term. You got to do, they got the blood stick, you check your blood pressure. And I would always recommend people not to do, and I'm recommending you guys, I'm recommending you not to do a full medical insurance. Okay. It's cheaper, but they always find something. And once they find something in your insurance application, it goes on what is called an MIB, which is your Medical Information Bureau record forever. Okay, so I'll entertain questions now because I can talk all night about this. Y'all see, I know what I'm talking about, right? You're looking for life insurance. Okay, cool. Well, this is the topic that we're talking about now. Hi, Rod, I have a question. My death benefits dollar amount is different than my cash value. Explain the difference, please. Okay, so That's going to be different up until, and I think you probably missed the beginning of where I was explaining whole life, but you probably have a whole life policy, and your death benefit is, let's just say, $15,000. All right, your cash value is going to accumulate slowly, because with a whole life policy, you're paying for insurance and an investment at the same time, and it's not the best investment for you, because you can borrow against that cash value. Get this. Now, this is how they get you. All right, so they say if you die, you get 15,000. I don't know what you're facing out there. I'm just throwing it out there. And I usually say 10,000. So if you die, you get $10,000. Well, you never get $10,000. Whoever your beneficiary is going to get the 10,000. You never see it. Life insurance is the only thing that you ever pay for, and you never get the benefit for. Hey, it is what it is. So let's say you got a $10,000 whole life policy. That's what I'm about to explain. No. But when it's the only product that when you use it, you don't benefit. All right, so $10,000 face amount. Your cash value is down here. So your face amount is up here. Your cash value might start out at, I don't know, $100, and then it'll be $200 the next year, and then $400 the following year, $500. Whatever. It's very slow. And when it endows, that means your cash value and your face amount are equal, and that's at age 100. And it's designed that way. And you can look back like 4 or 5 pages over into, I forget what it's called. It might be the articles of face amount or whatever. It's in there, and it shows you how fast your your cash value will accumulate. Okay, so look over in your policy a few more pages, and you'll see how fast it accumulates. That's how they get you. And then get this. They say, well, you can borrow against this. What is this?
It just keeps getting more money in it, because apparently Swiss Law is contributing to an account I opted out of, but apparently have.
All right, well, great. Thank you so much. Okay, so you can borrow against this cash value, but then when you borrow, listen to this. They're gonna let you borrow your money. Listen to me. Listen how I'm saying this. They're gonna let you borrow your money, but you got to pay back 8% of your money. Hey, but that's how it works. Over your head, okay? And that's the way insurance works. Now, you have all kind of variables of whole life. You may have a universal policy. You may have a universal variable policy where that cash value grows aggressively. I don't know. Okay, I'm not right there looking at your paperwork, but that's the way it works. If you have a flat whole life policy, flip over a few pages to the index where it shows your cash value, and you'll see how fast it grows. It does not grow fast at all. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so here we go. No, I am not selling life insurance. A friend of mine passed away this weekend, and I just started talking about life insurance because I used to sell life insurance, and a few of you guys are like, yes, teach us about life insurance. That's where this came from, Dabadoo. Or Dabadoo. Cast a knot in the ground and sold again the next week. So, Hunker, you always got controversial stuff. I'm gonna leave it alone. My body, who cares? My soul is with Jesus. Amen. Well, you know, and a lot of Christians used to tell, or a lot of church people and Christians used to tell me that. And I'm gonna tell you, John Edwards, just like I would tell them. My body, who cares? So when I come across folks like that, I'll be like, well, I would encourage you to have a small $5,000 or less policy so that it can take care of your cremation, because cremations are cheap. You know, you can do a cremation for $2-3 grand. But and I used to have these, and I was always from husbands. Husbands will all be like, well, I don't care because I ain't gonna be here, and I don't want nobody spending up my money, blah blah blah. I think that's an extremely selfish statement to make, especially when you have a wife sitting right next to you, and it takes both of y'all incomes to work this household. Extremely selfish. And a lot of people were like that. Well, I don't care. I'm gonna be with Jesus. Unfortunately, your body does not, just dissolve into oblivion, and your people who are left behind got to figure out what's going to happen with it and to it, and they need some money to dispose of it. Uh, oh, good. I need some. I trust you. You're hired. No, I'm not. I'm not for sale. I'm agent anymore. I'm just giving you guys some, some inside tips and tricks of how to buy, what to buy. So I was, you know what? I think I'm gonna call my dad. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go around his house one day and we'll just run some quotes for you guys. And I know that this is usually a scary topic for most people. I know that. Um, okay, hold on, y'all. Let me respond to this on a live. We'll call after. So I would recommend this. Okay, and see, I don't know where you guys live. I don't even know anybody I could call. Now, my dad is still in the business. He has insurance agents nationwide. So if you guys are serious about, talking to somebody about, getting some life insurance and really taking the next step, email me at Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, and I will put you in contact with him. He had, like I said, he has agents nationwide, and this is crazy because I actually got him in the business. And I got fed up. I told this story a little bit earlier. I got fed up because I built my first agency from zero to, gosh, I probably had 30 or 40 agents. And then I left that company and I went to another company where I got a huge contract. Okay, so I was with this one company. I'm not going to name their name because you guys probably know who they are. I started a 25% contract. I moved from 25 to 35 to 50. Then I got to 60. Okay, that's commission. And then I had this guy that heard about me. He's like, man, I've been hearing some good things about you in the insurance. Because in that company, I was the number one in the state in recruiting. I was the number one in the state as far as team building and all that kind of stuff. Blah, 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 blah. And that's where I won that trip to the Fontainebleau Inn Resort. And I think it's in Miami Beach. So anyway, I won that trip. And all they had to do was just put a contest up, and I would just go crazy. I would work like crazy just to win the contest. And matter of fact, I came from behind. I got that one. That was cool. And I sold so much life insurance my first 4 months in. Not only did I win the trip, the guy that brought me in won the trip. The guy that brought him won the trip. The guy that brought him won the trip. And then the big guy, he was going to win the trip anyway. But everybody in my line of succession won the trip because of all my sales. It was crazy. I was crazy about insurance because when I found out how it worked, I was like, this is too cool. But then I found out the company I was working for was not only ripping me off, but they were ripping the customer off. There's some good companies out there and there's some not so good companies out there. But any insurance that you have is better than no insurance. Okay, just gotta have the right company, right insurance, right agent. That's all. Any other questions? I mean, because my family knows just create me. Yep. I have a small policy. Good. I do have a 30-year term as well that I have about 13 years left on. Cool. Mama will take care of it. Good for you, John Edwards. You are living by insurance theory. So great, great, great. Awesome. That is the way you're supposed to do it right there. And we got insurance policies coming out the butt around here. And I'm seriously considering, especially when we buy the next property, I'm probably going to get my dad to write another policy on me. Because as you go up in net worth, you have to consider your needs to be met a different way. So like when I pass on, if I especially now, because we're building wealth now. If anything was to happen to me now, Jennifer knows what to do, with the policy she had, and she has the option. She can either pay the house off, or just keep paying the monthly payments like it is. I mean, it's so cheap. She can just keep paying the monthly payments, live, and take care of the kids. Set the kids up with some stuff. But we don't believe in just giving them anything. Anyway, all right. Thank you. I'm just saying, but I'm not saying. But thank you for this live. You're so welcome. Just know this: no matter where you fall on your belief levels, the reality is none of us are going to make it out of here without dying. We're gonna have to, and I understand, Christians like, oh, I'm gonna get caught up in the rapture. Yeah, but what if that plan doesn't work out the way you think it's gonna work out? And what if tomorrow you're driving down the road and unfortunately some cement truck loses control and runs slam into you? Or what if you're sitting at home minding your own business during quarantine, and a meteorite comes out of heaven and strikes you in the head. I mean, the meteorite can be like this tall, this small, and it goes through the roof, boom, 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 and hits you in the head. Sad but true. I mean, it don't happen that often, but it just kind of happens. All right, so here we go. My in-laws had insurance that paid for everything, but they requested immediate burials, no embalming, no viewing or anything, just a short graveside service. And you know what? Especially after working at the church, and I told Jennifer, I'm like, baby, don't do all that. Do not do all that. I'm gone. Nothing you're gonna do is gonna bring me back. I'm requesting the same thing. Do it as fast as possible so you can move on with your life. Because life for me at that point in time is over. And I've been working at this church for 7 years. And we average probably 7 funerals a month. Not that many, but doggone it, sometimes it feels that way. We probably average a funeral or 2 a month. Okay. And can you just imagine 12 to 24 funerals a year times 7 years? And I see a bunch of folks doing a bunch of hoopla, and I see a bunch of folks that come in, it's very simple. And I'm like, why put yourself? And what kills me about some people is they'll do a wake on a Thursday, they'll do another wake on a Friday, then they'll have a Saturday funeral. So you cried when the person died, last Thursday. Then you cried when you went to go view the body at the funeral home. Then you cried again at the wake on Thursday. Then you cried again at the wake on Friday. Then you cried again at the funeral Saturday. Then you cried again at the gravesite. My God, you're gonna be dehydrated. Don't do yourself like that. I'm telling y'all, don't do yourself like that. Get it over with. And some people that I really appreciate are and I hope I'm not offending anybody, but I appreciate people who go ahead and get it done and over with, because I think that's the best. You're already dealing with the loss of a loved one. You're dealing with the reality that they're never coming back. Then you're really dealing with, especially if it's somebody that you live with. Now life goes on a little bit differently. Wow, what am I going to do with their stuff? How am I going to pay these bills? Now, if you have policies in place, hey, you're good to go. That little $5,000 whole life policy, boom, that took care of their cremation or their funeral or whatever. And then that larger 75,000, 100,000, 200,000, $1 million policy, that pays a living benefit for a very long time. Okay, so for example, let's just say that somebody's making $30,000 a year, and I always talk about the husband because more than likely the husband's gonna die first. I'm like, if you're making 30,000, that's 60 grand. How are you guys living? I mean, y'all seem to be doing okay. Do y'all have debt? Yeah, we have debt. Would you like the debt to be paid off? Yes. I don't want my wife to have to worry about. And the women are always like, yeah, I don't want my husband to have to worry about debt. Okay, let's pay the debt off. How much debt do you have? Oh, yeah, boom. All right, that's done. After that, do you want to pay the mortgage off? Yeah, let's pay the mortgage off. Okay, what's left on the mortgage? Oh, 150,000. Bam. And that's called a financial needs analysis. Figure out how much debt you have, figure out how much you owe on your mortgage, and then figure out, okay, so, and the question I would ask is, all right, so the mortgage is paid, the debt is paid, and the car is paid off. Those are the big three. After that, how much more a month would you want to come into this house? And a lot of times the wife is like, man, the house is paid off, the debt's paid off, the car's paid off. I don't really need anything. I was like, sir, would you like to provide your wife at least $500 a month, $1,000 a month? Oh yeah, $1,000 a month sounds good. Okay, so that's $12,000 a year. For how many years? For as long as I can. Okay, well let's do some math. So $12,000 a year. You think she'll be okay for 10 years? Yeah, 10 years to do. That's $120,000 more. So if you got a $30,000 car, that's $150,000. If you got $5,000 worth of debt, that's $155,000. You got if you pay off something else, then that's how you figure out what your need is as far as how much you need. So if you're looking to get some insurance, I strongly recommend not doing a full medical. Okay, when you contact an insurance agent, and I would ask around, especially for now. If you're in Virginia, we got you. Okay, my dad can take care. And also, if you're not in Virginia, email me, and we'll find out if we have a agent that is close to you. Okay, somebody we trust, somebody we know. All right. Um, so anyway, that's about it. Let me see what you're saying. What makes you so great is that you talk to us. That's great. Never do. You're pointing on tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Mama, I know if the other dies, the remaining one move it overseas to relax on the island. John Edwards, it sounds like you got it going on, brother. Cool. All right. Are there any questions? Well, I've been talking insurance for 40 minutes, and it seems like we've been talking 5 minutes. I know to y'all it probably seems like 40 hours. Any questions? Does anybody have any specific situations that they have that they want to talk about? I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna give you advice. I'll tell you what I would do. And then a lot of times, like in Michael's case, a lot of times I would come and I would look at people's policy. If it was a good policy that I agree with, I'd leave it in place. I'm like, hey, you just need a little more, and I'd sell them a small term. You know, especially if they had a whole life that they've been paying on for like 10 or 15 years. I'm like, oh God, there's no way in the world I'm gonna be able to beat that rate. It's no way in the world. Keep this. And there have been so many houses I walked in. Because when I was set up the appointment, I was like, hey, may I speak to such and such, but I'm calling you because such and such person, referred me, and I went by and I helped them out with some financial needs analysis, and we got some life insurance in place and such and such. And such. And when they agreed to the appointment, I was like, okay, this is what I need. I need any and all insurance paperwork that you can find that you have, and any and all investments. Okay. And like Jennifer just, she came through here a while ago. She was all excited about her investment. I'm like, cool. Because a lot of times what I could do, I could find, like, especially in a time like these when the market is so volatile, I could move that money and put it into a fixed annuity, give them a 10% bonus, and then 10% on anything that they put into it. I sold that to my best friend back home in Texas, Tony, my best childhood friend. Y'all have met her, and she still has it. And this girl got so much money in that annuity. We took a small rollover. I think she might have had $3,000 or $4,000 at the time. I mean, you talking about 20 something years ago. And we rolled that over, so she got a 10% bonus on it, and she fed that thing for 10 years. And the contract was for 10 years. Anytime you fed it, it would give you a 10% bonus. That was crazy back then. It's crazy. That's crazy now. Gotta go, everyone. Take care. Thank you, Estella, for being here. Tara, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Any questions? Because I'm gonna wrap this topic up because I know you guys did. Y'all don't want to talk insurance all night, but that's another part of preps right there. Because you can prep all you want. You can go buy your land out there. You can have a tractor. You can be planting stuff, and then all of a sudden, everything is gone.
The difference between work and real.
I don't know what you're talking about. Work and
real insurance.
Oh no, I didn't cover that. Oh my God, good one. Woo. All right, so Jennifer, because Jennifer used to be one of my licensed agents, so she came through here and she's like, "Did you explain the difference between work and real?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Well, great point. A lot of people think that they have insurance through their job. Most of your job insurance covers you either on a what's it called when you have a whole bunch of folks together? What is that called? Group. Thank you. A group policy. Or if you are a key man in the business or a key woman, they call it key man insurance, then the company has insurance on you, not your family. So make sure if you are thinking that you have insurance through your job, make sure you look at that very closely, because sometimes it's only accidental death and dismemberment, and sometimes it's only going to pay in certain situations, okay? And sometimes you think you have it, but you don't. And when you get these little things in the mail, and it's like, hey, sign up for this $30,000 for $2.82 a month. Don't buy that. It's bull crap. Oh, now if it's 5 years, hey, great. Most of the time it's accidental though. Make sure you read and see the details in the devil's in the details. And buyer beware, all that kind of stuff plays a very important part, especially in insurance. So I'll do this for you guys. If you have questions directly, okay, you have things that you have in place and you're not sure about, or if you are looking to purchase, email me and I will actually I'll talk to you, okay, about this subject. I talk to you guys about a whole bunch of stuff. I don't like being on the phone though. Okay, the phone is not my forte anymore. I'm just letting y'all know. So if you want to talk insurance with me, I will give you guys a free complimentary 20 minutes to ask me your specific questions. And of course, they're gonna stay with me, and I'm not even licensed anymore, so I can't technically give you any advice. I'll give you some things that I would do, and that's all I'm telling you guys now. I'm just telling you what I would do um, in these cases. So anyway, looks like nobody has any questions. Y'all probably don't know what to ask, because I know I didn't do a good enough job explaining things to the point where y'all just don't have any questions, which is fine. It's no big deal. It's no big deal at all. But that's our live for tonight. Um, keep prepping. Make sure you constantly are getting the things that not only you need, but in times like these, get some things that you want. If you want some Twinkies, get you some Twinkies. If you want some, who is this? Hi, Roderick. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna tell y'all something. And if y'all want me to read something, don't send me a book. Oh my God. Jeez, this somebody, this is somebody I love too, and they sent me a whole book about their children. I know that's what it's about. Excuse me. Who are grown, by the way. Um, give you guys what do we have an update on? We don't have an update on anything, so we're still looking for houses. We're still. Hey Jack. Hey Atlas. Hey Bella. Jack, you want some Webbies? Come here. Jackson's crazy. Let me see. We're still looking. I went out and looked at some houses today. Excuse me, y'all. I have the front door open and it's getting chilly. Sorry. So I'm still looking. I'm looking all over. I did find this house out in Suffolk, and it is 4 bedrooms, 2 baths with apparently has a full basement with 2 bedrooms and a bath. And it says, it said that the basement needed work. I'm like, rental property. I can live upstairs and I can remodel and refinish the basement, and I can have somebody living down there paying my mortgage, and then here in a year and a half, we're out of there, and then we can rent out the top side. I'm like, 2 for 1. I like that. Jennifer would never go for that. She's like, you want somebody to live in your basement? I want somebody to live in this back room. Not really. All right, we out of here, y'all. If y'all don't have any questions, y'all don't have anything to add or take away. All right, I'm gonna put my email up here. There you go. Plant-based homestead prepper at gmail.com. If you guys want to contact me and have a conversation, we can do that. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you, Tara, for the super chat. I'm still bouncing around how we're going to do some kind of giveaway, lottery, 50-50, 75-25. I don't know yet, but I want to do something at least once a month where we're doing some kind of giveaway. I want to do that. I told Jennifer this early on. I was like, I want to get back to the community. I want to get back to the people who have helped us and blessed us and who were here first and early. I don't want to wait till we get 10,000 subscribers. I don't want to wait till we get 100,000 subscribers to start giving back. I want to start giving back now. And she was like, you know what? Why don't we wait until you get monetized? So we're monetized now. So if you guys have any ideas of how we can do something once a month, once a week, or whatever. And I'm like, if we did it once a month and we had 100, 200 people, it would be awesome if we had 200 people. If we had 200, imagine this, if we had 200 people to participate once a month, just once a month, and we did $10 each, okay? How many families can we bless from that? And I'm talking about doing a giveaway. I'm talking about, like 75-25, where out of, what would that equal? My math is getting so crazy. I've been out the insurance business so long. I used to have all these numbers memorized, I guess, because I could do these in my mind. All right, so 2,000, 25%. That would be so cool if we had, what did I say, 200 people? 200 folks, $10 a piece, that's $2,000. and we gave away 3 prizes at $500 a piece. I think that would be cool. You know, I was thinking about 50-50 at first, but I don't want to keep half the money. I do want to keep 25% though. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have a way of doing that. Um, and I'm doing polls right now. I want to find out if that's something you guys would actually support. Because if y'all not gonna support it, there's no sense in me even brainstorming about it. So anyway, y'all think about that. That is really on my heart to do. And to be honest with y'all, that other 25% we probably gonna give away most of it anyway. So that's just where who we are and what we do. My wife tell me all the time. She's like, I hate to see you win some money. I was like, why? She's like, cause you give it all away. I'm like, no, I won't. Make sure we got some acres first, then I give it away. We out here, y'all. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Mwah! Y'all be blessed.